Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing today? I hope you all have had a fabulous week. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jackie, and I am here today to tell you all the kids' story. So our kids' story today is going to be taking place in Jonah, and we're going to be talking about Jonah and the big fish. All right, guys, so our story today is going to start with a guy named Jonah. And Jonah was called by God to get up and go and preach against wickedness in a city called Nineveh. And Nineveh was a city that was full of sin and wickedness, and it wasn't pleasing to God. So God decided to send Jonah to go and preach to the city. And Jonah didn't like that idea. He wasn't a fan. So he tried to hide. He tried to play hide and seek with God, which doesn't work. But Jonah didn't think that God would notice. So he gets on a boat, goes down to a lower level, takes a nap, and starts traveling in the opposite direction of Nineveh. And so the crew and everybody on the ship is minding their business, and then out of nowhere a storm hits. And this storm is so bad, it shakes the boat back and forth, and almost sinks it a couple times. And so Jonah is sleeping through this whole storm. So the captain goes downstairs to get Jonah and pulls him up and says, "How are you sleeping through this? What's going on?" And so the crew members come together and they decide that Jonah is the reason that this storm happened. And they ask where he's from, what he's doing, and what really is going on. Now, they knew that he was running from God, but he responded to them, and he said, I am a Hebrew. I worship Yahweh, the God of the heavens, who made the sea and dry land. And now when the men heard this, they were even more scared. And so they asked Jonah what they could do to calm the waters, to calm the storm. And then Jonah looks at them and says, you have to throw me overboard. And they really didn't want to do that. So they called out to the Lord and they said, "Please don't let us perish because of this man's life. Don't charge us with innocent blood, for you, God, have done just as you pleased." And they picked up Jonah and they threw him over the boat. They tried to get back to land first, but it didn't work. So they threw Jonah over the boat. And then God sent a really, really big fish, kind of like a whale, up, and it swallowed Jonah whole. Now, Jonah is in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think being in the belly of a fish would be a very comfortable ride. Because it probably smells like other dead fish, because animals have to eat. So it probably stinks really bad, kind of smells like a garbage can. Not a smooth ride, not really comfortable. But while Jonah is in there, he's sitting and he's praying. And he prays to God and he says, "I called to the Lord in my distress, and he answered me. I cried out for help in the belly of the fish, and you heard my voice. You threw me into the depths of the sea, and the current overcame me. All of your breakers and billows swept over me, but I said, I have been banished from your sight, yet I will look once more toward your holy temple. The waters engulfed me, and the depths overcame me. Seaweed was wrapped around me. I sank to the bottom of the ocean, to the foundations of the earth, which with its prison bars closed behind me forever. But you raised me from the pit, Lord, and as my life was fading away, I remembered, Yahweh, my prayer came to you, your holy temple. Those who cling to the worthless idols forsake faithful love. But as for me, I will sacrifice to you with a voice of thanksgiving, and I will fulfill what I have vowed. Salvation is from the Lord." So after these 3 days and 3 nights of constant prayer and constant crying out to God, God finally commands the fish to swim back up to land and spit Jonah out. And after that, Jonah was called again to go to Nineveh. But this time, he didn't try to hide from the Lord. He went to Nineveh, preached, and saved them from their wickedness and from their evil, which is really kind of cool, actually. So that is our story for today. So let's go ahead and pray. Dear God, thank you so much for this day, and thank you for every single person listening. God, I pray that you continue to remind us that you're always with us, that you're never going to leave our side, and that we also can't hide from you, that you know what's going on all of the time. God, I pray that you continue to bless every single person, family, listening and watching, and that they continue to pursue a relationship with you. In your name we pray. All right, now I do have one more thing to share, and this one is for parents of kiddos. So, on Tuesday, December 8th, we will be having a kids' night via Zoom, and it's just going to be a little bit more of a personal, me getting to interact with the kiddos and just kind of building relationships and community that way for them in the middle of the pandemic craziness. So that is going to be on December 8th. It's a Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And we will be kind of just getting to know each other. I do have a story prepared. We're going to be talking about Noah's Ark. And I do have some really cool animal friends for everybody to meet. So I would so love to see everybody there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me or Pastor Florin, and we will be more than happy to get information or answer any questions that you guys have.